This is a dish that I call potato revival. Um, and here's what it looks like. Let's see if you can get a good look at it. So as you can see, it is a pasta. Fuck, it's a it's a pasta-based dish, and so the way it happened is this is a dish I actually resurrected from the dead. I was planning on making a poutine for Frank, but I only had grapeseed oil, and I thought I could get away with adding this mushroom seasoning to the oil in order to replicate the drippings. I heated the oil to medium, high, and started whisking in this all-purpose flour right here. And I don't know, I think maybe it was either the speed with which I poured it in or the heat of the oil, but the flour started clumping, and rather than mixing in with the oil, they were just like little nutty specks floating through the sea of boiling grapeseed oil. And honestly, at that point, I thought that I was done for, that I would have to throw away the dish, but I persevered. I did think, without good gravy, you can't have good poutine, but suddenly this idea came in my mind where I would change it into a completely different dish. So I still wanted to play on that whole fried potato kind of theme. So I got this potato right here, and what I did is I started hacking away at the potato. And there's a very specific technique that I use where you really just, you really just very thin slices, and you just put that into the pot. As you can see, there's not much here, but yeah. And then I started hacking away at the potato with really thin slices to make some sort of like gratine or something. And after that, I turned the heat up to high, and I added baby arugula, little bit of garlic. Yeah, you don't want to put in the garlic too early because it can start burning, but a little bit after. And I also added these beef meatballs, these Asian beef meatballs. These are Frank's. And for seasoning, I used black pepper, ketchup manis, which is this sweet, I think, Indonesian soy sauce. Salt, and this it's like barbecue smokehouse all-purpose rub. And then I just started stirring away at the pot, and then near the end of it, I also added a little bit of mozzarella cheese, a little bit of heavy cream, and a little bit more flour to kind of thicken up the dish. And at the end, when it's ready when it starts to get a little bit like golden brown. But once that starts to happen, you need to turn the heat off fast because it'll start burning quick. But after mixing, there was too much oil, so I drained the pot. And at that point, I had this like crispy KFC chicken skin like texture that I thought would go great with something really chewy and soft. So I boiled this elbow macaroni right here, and then I mixed the pasta with this topping that I had and kind of sauteed on medium for a while so the pasta could absorb the flavor. And then I finished the dish with a dash of Alfredo sauce and marinara sauce. And, just going back to the dish, again, let's just take a look at what I made. I think, honestly, I tried it and it tasted pretty good. But, if we go to the reviews, Franklin said 7 out of 10. Ingrid said, I didn't know what was in it, but I ate it. And Sam said, this is the best thing you've cooked at the apartment. For some reason, Tan chose not to eat the dish. Tan, do you have anything to say?
I was waiting for Chipotle.
He was waiting for Chipotle. Fine, that's fine. Also, Max didn't eat any of it either because he was being a bitch about it, and he wanted to know what was in it. But honestly, Sam, do you have anything you want to say?
Not really.
But okay, how was the dish?
It's definitely the best thing you've cooked so far.
Okay. Now I want to talk about improvements. What changes I would make if I were to make this dish again? And I was thinking more herbs. Rosemary, parsley, basil, and thyme. And I would add this in the deep frying part of the dish, the first part, just to get a little bit more flavor into the potatoes. And again, I think these are herbs that go well with potatoes anyway, so it should be good. I also want to add some more vegetables because this was a pretty heavy dish, and having some vegetables will kind of cut through that. I was thinking spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, and maybe diced bell peppers. I'm not entirely on board with the bell peppers yet, but yeah. And also maybe some spiciness and heat to it too. I don't know. I was also thinking of switching out a little bit of the heavy cream for some butter. Not because I want the fat from the butter, but I think the flavor of the butter would go nice with the potatoes. And going on with that butter idea, I think I would also, or I'm sorry, the whole the cream idea. I think I would also switch out the Alfredo and marinara sauce for something like carbonara, and I would add chopped pieces of bacon, and I would add some more heavy cream, and then I would also add some a little bit more black pepper, and what's the other thing? Parmesan cheese? Yeah, Parmesan cheese. And eggs. Yeah, I think eggs too. And then a last thing, kind of going back to the whole problem with the dish having too much fat, I would add a couple more ingredients, kind of just lighten that up. First, I would put in some lemon zest. I don't know if I don't know if that would be good, but if someone knows if that's good, let me know. But I would also add some goat cheese because I think the sourness of the cheese could kind of liven it up a little. But that was potato revival. Yeah.